In the first scene, the world chess champion Akira Kato is playing a match of chess against a computer named as the Super Blue at the special chess exhibition. The computer Super Blue calculate million of moves while Akira's brain can only calculate 3 moves per second. Akira is losing the game, and if he lost the game he will be the first player in history to lose to a computer. At last he drops his king, accepting his defeat. The world's most talented chess player, who has never lost a single match, just lost to a computer. The host mocks him as the audience laughs and reporters click pictures of a humiliated former grand world champion. Akira bangs the chessboard in anger, breaking it in half. After 3 years pass, the scene shifted and shows us many homeless people sitting on the side of the road on a cold morning. One of them is Akira, who has spent all his money on alcohol and is now living in the streets. A fancy car stops at there, and 2 men forcefully pick up Akira and drive him away. He is taken to a mansion where he is welcomed by a wealthy old man. At the mansion, the old man reveals that he knows Akira very well. That shock Akira because Akira changed his identity completely. The wealthy rich man playing chess on the table, after seeing that Akira almost puke, he composes himself and makes an excuse, but the truth is that the thought of chess makes him sick at this point in life. He turns away from the chessboard, not being able to look at it. The old man says that he lost a lot of money betting on Akira's last match, since Akira doesn't have even a single penny. The man wants him to play a game to compensate for the loss. Akira isn't sure about the man's actual intention, but he knows he doesn't want to do any business with him. To get out of the situation, he bluntly tells the man that he doesn't play chess anymore. Moreover, he doesn't want to be a millionaire's plaything. The man picks up the king on Akira's side and says that he has lost without even playing. This reminds Akira of his last defeat, which makes him furious. He stops the man and asks him to move his pawn instead, turn towards the chessboard, or touch the pieces. Without even looking, he tells the man to move all of his pieces, confident that he will win the game anyway. You notice that the old man is wearing an earpiece and talking to someone while playing. Akira walks to the window where he sees a group of men downstairs wearing white and black clothes and facing each other. The pattern they are standing in is exactly the same as the pattern on the chessboard right now. As the old man kills one of his pawns in the game, the man who was in the pawn's place is stabbed and killed. Akira freezes in shock at what he just witnessed. He asks the man if this is some kind of joke. The man says that the pawns are mere soldiers, so he shouldn't be sad about one's death. Akira runs downstairs to check the dead person for himself and finds him on the ground while the other players stand still in their places. He takes the knife out of the man's body and sees that he is still alive, even on the verge of death. The man smiles and asks Akira what his next move is. After the man takes his last breath, the players around him walk away, leaving Akira with a knife and a dead body in the middle of the street. A woman sees him in the position and assumes that he killed the person. Akira freaks out and retreats, stating that it wasn't him. In the following scene, he is at his former doctor, Saichi Tomoda's office. The doctor is surprised to see him after so many years. He and Akira's wife Kumi Kato have been looking for Akira for the past 3 years. A flashback from 3 years ago shows us that after losing the game with Super Blue, Akira had lost the will to life. He used to get nightmares of chess pieces trying to kill him. The nightmares turned into hallucinations, which made his health even worse. He had always compared his life to a game of chess, and his wife was his queen. So when he lost the match, he left his queen, believing he didn't deserve her anymore. Akira tells the doctor about the incident earlier and says he might be in need of a psychiatrist. The doctor assumes he dreamed the guy being killed, but Akira insists what he saw was in fact real. The doctor asks him to go home and rest. Following that, a printer at the doctor's cabin prints out a paper on its own. The paper says, "What is your next move?" Akira realizes that the match of chess he started that morning is still going on. He shouts that he wants his pawn moved to the a3 position. Then, the doctor opens a book to see its pages have turned into a chessboard. The printer prints another paper that says in the next move, the old man's queen kills Akira's knight. The knight just so happens to be Dr. Tomoda. He vomits blood and dies instantly. Akira is left shocked when he sees a picture of the doctor riding a horse on the wall, meaning the doctor was his knight. The cup he was drinking from earlier also has a chessboard pattern, so Akira assumes the coffee was drugged. A nurse watches them through the door but doesn't do anything to save the doctor. She walks in only after he is dead and asks Akira what his next move is. Akira runs outside, trembling in fear when he comes across a little kid holding a drawing with the current format of the chessboard. It is clear that he is also involved in the game when he asks Akira the same question. Akira answers that he wants to move the king to the e2 position. The kid tells him that the king will end up dead, making Akira run in the other direction. He gets a vision of people who have died because of the game and starts hallucinating chess pieces trying to kill him. As he runs away, he reaches a parking lot where the cars have been parked in the format of the chessboard. Unknown to this, he gets in a car that is supposed to be the bishop and tries to start it. However, similar to a bishop in chess, the car only moves diagonally. He leaves that car alone and gets on the one that denotes the rook. The car doesn't start because it is the opponent's turn to play. The rook from the other side crashes into his car, killing his rook. Following that, Akira goes to his old house only to see that it is on sale. The rook, also known as the castle, was actually his house in real life. Now that Akira gets the hang of real-life chess, he realizes that the queen is his wife Kumi, and her life is in danger as well. He goes back to the old man's home claiming that he wants to quit playing the game and asking for his wife. However, the old man asks Akira to accept his defeat and remove his king to end the game. This again reminds Akira of the time he was humiliated after losing a match with a Super Blue. With determination, he continues playing the game and asks the old man to move his king forward. The game goes on for a long time, and most of their pieces are out. At last, Akira is only 2 steps away from winning the game, and the old man can do nothing to save his king. However, before he can play his turn, 2 men in suits forcefully take him away. In the following scene, the old man and Akira are in a stadium that has a life-size chessboard in the middle. The chess pieces are people who will die with a single wrong move. The old man says that their situation is similar to an Arabian king who used to play chess with his prisoners, killing them on the spot. He states that chess is a game without emotion because the players sometimes have to sacrifice their own pieces in order to win. For Akira to win the game, he will have to move a knight to checkmate. However, if he does that, the old man will kill his queen. Akira turns around to see that the queen is actually his wife Kumi, who has been tied and held at knife point. With tears in her eyes, she shakes her head, asking Akira to save her. Now, Akira can either win the game or lose his wife forever. He tries to move from his box to stop the man, but a sniper fires close to his legs, as a warning that moving will get him killed. The old man asks him for the last time if he wants to sacrifice the queen or accept his defeat. He also adds that a real champion who think logically and do what is needed to win the game. But Akira tells them to save the queen without hesitation. His wife is more important to him than winning a match. Everyone is shocked at his decision. He moves in front of her and spreads his hands, accepting his defeat. The opposition knight walks towards him with a knife and stabs him. At last, Akira falls to the ground. However, after his death, the old man smiles and claps for him in appreciation. Just then, Kumi's hands are untied. She smiles while looking at her husband's body, clearly delighted with what just happened. More surprisingly, the man who died in the first round, Dr. Tomoda, the nurse, and everyone else that Akira met during the game arrives at the arena while clapping for him. Then, Akira gets up from the floor, confused as to why he isn't feeling any pain. It turns out that the knife he was stabbed with was fake. It is then revealed that the game was a trick to get Akira of his depressive episode and make him play chess again. He had been in a worse mental condition since losing the last match with Super Blue. So, to get better, the doctor Rikumi and the Oldu health man orchestrated the entire game as a part of shock therapy. The old man is actually the inventor of Super Blue. He wasn't happy that his creation had made a great chess player like Akira stop playing. So to make up for his mistake, he organized and funded the game. This entire time, Akira was playing with Super Blue, who had been passing answers to the old man through his earpiece. The man reveals that the computer couldn't comprehend Akira's self-sacrificing move, because of which it has malfunctioned. He has finally won a game against the Super Blue. The movie ends here with amazing twist. Please subscribe this channel and don't forget to like and comment.